Okay, today we're here to look at football rules that even the most ardent fans don't know about. These are not something that you usually see in regular games. No matter how knowledgeable you are about football, there's always a bunch of unusual, obscure rules that you haven't come across. Welcome back to another episode of Football Academy. Subscribe to be part of the Football Academy community. Check out the limited time offer links in the description. No offside rule during corner kicks, throw-ins, and goal kicks. There is no offside offense if a player receives the ball directly from a goal kick, a corner kick, or a throw-in. The first one is a pretty straightforward one and needs no lengthy explanation. But the new rules state that opponent players cannot be present inside the penalty box during a goal kick, and this can be used by the attacking team to beat the opponent press and gain an advantage. There must be a minimum of 7 players in a team on the pitch for a match to start or continue. This means a maximum of 4 red cards can be given to on-field players of a team in a single match. A 5th one would stop the match, as one team wouldn't have the required number of players on the pitch for the match to proceed. Equal number of players during a penalty shootout. During penalty shootouts, an equal number of players must be available in both teams to take the penalties. That is, if a match between Team A versus Team B ends in a draw and moves to penalties, and a player from Team A got sent off already during the match, then only 10 players from Team B can be available for the shootout. This happened at one of the biggest matches in world football, the 2006 FIFA World Cup final. That's right, that match is infamous for one thing: Zinedine Zidane headbutting Italy's Marco Materazzi. For the uninitiated, Materazzi, the Italian central defender who would go on to become the player manager of Chilean FC, abused Zidane, which got him a headbutt right in the center of his chest. Obviously, Zidane got sent off and the match entered the penalty shootout stage. As France only had 10 players, Italy had to exclude one of their own from the shootout, and Gennaro Gattuso, who finished the entire 120 minutes, was the one to sit out. You cannot be offside in your own half. Why is there an offside rule? Well, it's there to prevent the attacking team from parking one of its players near the opponent goal. If there was no offside rule, we might very well call this sport airball instead of football, because there would be no defense splitting through balls, perfect crosses, and timed runs. Now, what would be the fun in that? If a player receives the ball in his own half and he is in an offside position when the pass was made, it essentially means that the team in its own half has not kept one of its players waiting near the opponent goal. So in this case, not calling offside even though the player receiving the ball is nearer to the goal and second last defender would not defeat the purpose the offside rule was made for. Of course, this only holds when the player receiving the pass has not crossed the halfway line. When the pass is actually made, a player can be sent off even before the match starts. This rule was introduced quite recently, in 2016 in fact, to prevent any offenses like fighting between players in the tunnel before the match starts. This is mentioned in the FA laws of the game, Law 3, the players. You might have known this, but let us see the nitty-gritty of the rule here. If a player is sent off before the team list has been submitted to the referee, he cannot be on the team in any capacity for that match, though a replacement player can be brought in from the reserves if the team has any. If a player who has been named on the team list submitted to the referee is sent off before the match, he can be substituted by a player from the bench if he was in the playing 11, and the substituted player cannot be replaced. If the sent-off player is not in the playing 11, then the team simply has to play the match with one less substitute on the bench, though the number of substitutions the team can make remains the same. Remember that Patrice Evra karate kick? Well, in an incident reminiscent of another United player, Eric Cantona, the fullback, who was playing for Marseille at the time, launched a kick on one of his own team's fans before the start of a Europa League match. And consequently, he was sent off, as he was already named as a substitute on the team list submitted to the referee. He was not replaced during the match, and Marseille had to play with one less substitute on the bench. A keeper can only hold the ball for 6 seconds. FIFA laws state that a keeper can only keep hold of the ball for 6 seconds, so once they've collected it via a shot, cross, or any other means of distribution, they have to release the ball in some way after 6 seconds to show that he is not holding it. The keeper can merely bounce the ball after 6 seconds and doesn't have to pass or get rid of it. All the keeper needs to do is show that he or she has let the ball go from his or her grasp. This rule is not strictly enforced, but in case the keeper does hold the ball for a long time and the referee notices it, then an indirect free kick would be awarded against the keeper's team. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. If you enjoyed it and you found it interesting, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.